Alright, we're gonna start in Mystery Lake. Skipping the feats, though I really wish I could run feats. Oh, I'm sheltered. Well, that's good. Oh, I know where I am. There's usually a lot of wolves in this area. Alright, so you know what? We're gonna move so we don't immediately get our head eaten. It's close to sundown. But actually, air temperature's decent. Feels like it's decent. I've got face covering, so I shouldn't end up with frostbite there. But I have bare hands. That's a problem. Sheltered from the wind right now. See that shield up there in the middle? Isn't that pretty? Alright, so I would actually recommend that the first couple times you play a map, you play it on one of the lower levels, so you're familiar with it. But if you enjoy the Terror of the Unknown, definitely start on Stalker or Interloper with an unknown map. Reishi mushrooms are really useful. You can use them as an antibiotic. You need 2 to make a dose. These things will save your life. And not just for the antibiotics, you can also, like I've mentioned previously, you eat things and get some sounding kind of far away. No, that's much closer. Alright. We have no weapons, so that means if we end up in a struggle, we're pretty much dead. Now, this area is really nice. It's not so obvious right now, but there are bunnies galore and sometimes deer hanging around in here. So, the bar that shows up in the lower right-hand corner when you run is basically your stamina bar. The red indicates that I'm wearing clothing that's impeding my ability to run. Pick up a couple stones. Yeah. Ominous, ominous. Where we're heading is the camp office. We just want to make sure that we don't pop up onto a wolf. There usually isn't any in this immediate area, but there's no guarantees. They will move based on prey. They will move based on the random wins with game designers. So, one of the pieces of advice that a lot of parties give is that you never crest a rise. Oh, look at that deer. Unfortunately, we have nothing to kill it with. But you never crest a rise without crouching. That way, if you walk up and there's a wolf on the other side, you will not necessarily be immediately spotted. Oh, I wish we had a weapon.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Mm-hmm. Alright, camp office, yay! So, let's look at the doll again. I need hands. I've got heads, but it's not a particularly warm head covering. So hopefully we can find head covering. Looks like I got boots, though. See? Less than 1 degree. Got a nice plaid shirt, which gives me some small amount of protection. My jeans are what are slowing me down a little bit. My socks are almost gone. And boots, decent trail boots. That's nice. They've got a good amount of protection. They slow you down a little bit. Decent waterproof. A little bit of wind resistance. And almost 2 degrees. I have... I'm going to have to sacrifice the flare. Hopefully we can find another. Alright, awesome. So in Stalker, your initial couple days are spent getting food and gear. I mean, actually, that's the story of the entire Stalker thing. But you gotta watch out for wolves until you get... You always have to watch out for wolves, actually. But until you get a weapon, you are really dead meat if they catch you. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. Magnifying lens. You could use that when conditions are clear to start fires outdoors. It's a beautiful thing. You should not have to waste a match. Line. And a hook. Yay. I don't have much in the way of wood. So after we get done, basically we're going to sit here, scour for food and things. We're going to pop back outside and see what the weather's like. Because if it's not too late and the weather's good, we may move to a different location. Ah, look at that. That's what I missed. Again, recommendation is to pick everything up until you know exactly what you want, because things may actually surprise you in their utility, and you don't always remember where you saw something. A pot, yes, that's awesome. One of the great things about the camp office is there's almost always a magnifying glass in here. I don't know if that's the case in Interloper, but it is in almost all other difficulties. It's just sometimes hidden really well. Yeah. I can break that down, but it takes 2 hours. The reason why I'm collecting more of the cans than I currently really actually need is because I'm going to leave them on stoves here. Alright. Corpse blaze empty. Doesn't look like there's anything around them.
This stuff will come in handy.
Fire starting skill. Yay. Get that up from abysmal to terrible. Sometimes this is where the magnifying glass is hidden. These things will break down in 15 minutes, so that's probably what I'm going to do. Actually, I don't think I've discussed Notes Left Behind. This is basically just flavor added by the backers from the Kickstarter. You can also find memories in the computer buffers. They're also just flavor. Bedroll, yay. Oh, wait a minute. Combat boots. I love combat boots. They're not very warm, but they are really tough. And since you spend a lot of time playing footsie with wolves, even though that's not the plan, you always still end up playing footsie with the wolves. Combat boots are wonderful. Mucklucks would have been even better because they're warm and relatively tough. Not as tough. This is another spot that the magnifying glass gets in. Not as tough as the combat boots, but still pretty tough. Okay,